Happy holidays, everyone. Please be seated and settle down and pay attention so we can start our lesson for this session. Let me introduce myself. I am John Rovic Bejerano, your proctor in this session titled Introduction to the Accounting Profession and Opportunities in the Field. Let us begin with dissecting the theme. Now, let's get into some details. I know all of you recall Republic Act No. 9298, otherwise known as the Philippine Accountancy Act of 2004. It states the requirements for practicing accountancy, the different categories and industries one can affiliate with, and the importance of accountants in nation building. We all know those details. Remember that there is the practice of public accountancy, practice in commerce and industry, in the academe, and in the government. Let us make all those summarized for you. Public accountancy is performed by a CPA, someone who has passed the CIPALE, and someone who has undergone oath-taking. They can be members of multiple associations such as the Board of Accountancy, Philippine Institute of CPAs, and other such groups. These individuals are regulated by the Philippine Regulatory Commission or the PRC for their license renewable every 3 years. Having the license is sure to be a blessing, don't you think? This license also requires its holder to complete 120 CPD credits before each renewal. This means while practicing public accountancy, one must attend lessons for credits to renew their license. This is mostly applicable to CPAs with businesses registered under COA and PRC for the professional practice of public accountancy. Example, those accounting firms with a CPA proprietor. CPD requirements for 2022 is 10 for those who would like to renew their licenses. Practice in academe means teaching, such as what I am currently doing. Accounting to aspirants like you. We serve as guides to the young generation to find the best practice and best career choices by allowing those young pupils to grow into which vine they want to pursue. Finally, in government accounting, we serve as the safeguard of the assets and processes built through the funding of the public and present that such funding is appropriately used in the projects or process it was meant for. We account for the sake of the people, as you may say. As a non-CPA to practice government accounting, we need to pass the civil service examination at the professional level to be able to be hired by government institutions. As accountants, we provide many services that is generally required in all of the industries I have just mentioned. There is definite need for accountants in each institution and there is no shortage in employment opportunities. Some but not all of the services we provide include the following. Bookkeeping, which is the recording of financial transactions in a manual loose leaf or automated book of accounts, and presenting that to management level or legal authorities. Tax compliance, which is used for helping companies complying with monthly, quarterly, and annual requirements due under the Philippine government to avoid penalties and remain compliant with laws governing the institute we provide services to. Auditing, provided mostly by CPAs, assures management that their assertions are confidently correct with their records and provide entity directors that no fraud or theft is pervasive and is affecting their company. On the other hand, management consultancy, where we provide advice to companies on their internal controls, how to better manage their businesses, and help with enterprises with initial business requirements. There are more services that we accountants can supply, but trust and peace of mind is what we normally deal with. We allow management to feel at ease with their decisions and be able to understand any problem the company may encounter. That is what we sell, the premium service we can deliver. One of the questions we encounter is, what do the students need to focus on while studying to prepare for their career choice? Well, objectively, read the revised curriculum for the CPA licensure exam and remember which of those chapters you have taken up. Familiarize and technically understand what the words mean. Do not memorize them. There will be some jargons and terms you will need to remember, but you will remember them if you understood them very clearly. After that, we will have to focus on journal types, BAR forms, and procedures, which, in practicality, is the best choice at understanding accounting by the system it operates on. Compliance and reporting are the two main reasons this curriculum is specialized. We provide understanding and clear decision making. We provide reassurance and peace of mind that the users will utilize for their next step. Focusing on providing the service is a priority like no other. Following proper procedures and applying critical thinking are two skills you can pass this course without. And I trust that all of you here have both of them because you're still here, listening and currently studying a pre-law course. Speaking of law, accountancy is a pre-law subject, meaning after graduating, you may elect to continue studies in law and use some of the law subject credits to lessen your law school load. Alumni has also recommended this method as law school students have had hard time with taxation, which is an accounting subject. Furthermore, there are more options with career advancement. You may elect going for a master's degree in any business course, like business management and others. And finally, you can also become a doctor in business. What are the best skills to hone to earn big fast? There are no shortcuts in success, as accountants need to go through years of meaningful experience too, to get higher job positions and create impact to our selected company. But some may consider continuing studying to graduate school and attaining master's and doctor's degree to reach far into big companies. Now, for success to linger, we have to help ourselves and the entity we for to assist with further studying and applying of principles into the tactile system. To get ready as a professional in the accounting and auditing field, you must know that we have a code of ethics. We are guided by these words, so whenever we stray too far, we know what we value as professionals from before we step onto the industry. To get things started, one is integrity. An accountant, CPA or not, is responsible and disciplined to do their job even without credit. We provide services to help the people, not to be praised by them. Our job requires us to have a scheduled line of work. Expect that job awaits us every morning, and they have to be done before we leave the office. Now, objectivity. An accountant, CPA or not, must remain objective with their decisions and constructed systems, so these may not be corrupted by feelings, biases, or unexpected circumstances. We train our colleagues to be stubborn at due dates, forms, and transactions so that they would not be tempered at any level, and professionalism stays confidently high. Professional competence and due care. An accountant, CPA or not, follows procedures, standards, and theories that have been proven by experience and practicality. They must have a level of competence that matches the engagement's requirements and respects both parties present and provides careful judgment and critical thinking when needed. And for confidentiality, an accountant, CPA or not, respects the privacy of the client, their papers, their information, and their engagement, as these matters are personal in nature and shall never be discussed without the consent of the client or of the law. The files shall remain with the accountant as prescribed by the law and accounting standards for such information. And finally, an accountant, CPA or not, shall practice professional behavior. This is accompanied with proper customer service as we provide service to the people and other clients. The accountant shows a professional poise to their clients, colleagues, and students that will be the setting stone for the reputation to remain stoic and confident. Another tip from me, keep a high level of professional skepticism. Remember that this is not being accusatory or negative in any manner. This just means that to prove the existence of a thing, we have to require a written or spoken confirmation that it did occur. Compare it to enrolling for your dream campus. You provide information and forms which will be used to prove that you are a bona fide student. Transactions are given existence when we hold their receipts, meaning that they are actually bought and or sold, and that the customer and or the seller recognizes the same. So many students ask me what are my personal recommendations for those who want to be CPAs. I have many tips for you, so let's jot this down. One is having an iron will to do your best at all times. Use all the time that's given to you to study and be able to graduate. Read all your materials from start to finish. Many of our books will remain in our libraries to be used for other measures, but always finish them from start to finish so you know that you're well guarded with your customaries. Now, use any opportunities and resources that come your way. Anything like your manuals or your time for any seminars, you can use those in your career choice. Next, remember your roots and they will help you understand what's in front of you, because the fundamentals are always the best source of your solutions whenever you find yourself in a problem. Take your time to rest, and every second you can rest is a blessing, because in our course we always have to be cramming in all of our schoolwork, so some peace of mind that we can allow for ourselves is a very good blessing. Now save up for review center and other seminars and classes you would need to take. For review centers, I just recommend you that you graduate with Latin honors so you can get discount. But for many of us that are already scholars and having a hard time with our financial problems, we can elect to be able to save from our first year in college until the last parts so we can have enough money. Now, we have to understand important concept that when you are asked, you can elaborate comfortably. So now, how do you say that you understand the concept? It's something that you can elaborate on someone that you don't know, and you'll be able to be understood by them. Lastly, remember to do your job like how you would do it for your family. Your clients will be your main family when you're in accountancy. So you have to provide for them what you would for your personal and your nuclear family. As per personal experience, I would like to share that I have had practical use of my skills and expertise during my internship, which was held from September to December of this year, 2022. Personally, I wanted to do more. I was tasked to manually write on various journals, give footnotes, provide sequencing on forms, completing transmittal forms, and other menial tasks, which is normal for an internship. But when you get to see what professional accountants and auditors get to do in reality, you would want to join in too. That opportunity was not wasted, and I continue to work regularly in the organization since then. Skills and abilities can be built, but the attitude for work and ethics is what our employers want to see transparently. Once again, I am John Rovic Bejerano, reminding you that you are CPAable. Thank you for listening.